Hello everyone, my today's topic is human digestive system. The human digestive system is the process which breaks down the complex organic matter into the simpler organic matter. Uh, it contains the breakdown of the nutrients. For that, the coordination of the several enzymes is required, which is secreted into the digestive tract, that is into the stomach, small intestine, and from the liver. The digestive system is very important for production of the energy into the human body, and the organs which are present into the digestive tract, which is digestive system starting from the mouth to the mouth and ends into the anus. The first is the mouth, then esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and there is the anus. What is the main function of the uh, digestive system? That it break down the complex matter into the simpler, which can use it for the body for the production of the energy, and breakdown of the nutrients and the proteins into the simpler form to form which can go into the Krebs cycle and form the glucose and other cycles which are happening into the human body. Now let's talk about the mouth. Mouth is the first organ, which is also called as the oral cavity. Into the mouth there are the first piece of the food is gone, which is breakdown into the bolus by chewing and biting. There are the scissors, canines, premolars and molars type of the teeth are present into the mouth, which is helpful into the chewing that food. And there is also presence of the saliva is a sticky material which is secreted by the parotid gland, maxillary and sublingual gland, which secretes the saliva into the mouth. And there is the into the saliva there is the presence of the amylase, which is helpful for the breakdown of the starch into the disaccharide called as the maltose. After that, there is the presence of the esophagus. The bolus is then goes into the esophagus. Esophagus is just behind the windpipe, and into the esophagus there is the peristalsis movement, which is responsible for the movement of the bolus into the stomach. Next to the stomach, the esophagus, it attached to the stomach just below the diaphragm. The into the stomach there is the cardiac sphincter is present, and the bolus comes into the stomach. The stomach linings is present into the stomach lining. There is into the stomach lining there, which is expandable, a pouch which can expand. And there is also presence of the hydrochloric acid, and for the protection of the lining of the stomach there is also presence of the uh, mucus. Into the stomach the food is stored, and the peristaltic movement, or the there is the chyme is produced into the stomach. And many of the gland, that is the chief cells, secrete the enzyme pepsinogen, which convert the pepsin into the pepsin. And pepsin is responsible for the breakdown of the proteins into the peptides. And there is also into the stomach there is the peristaltic movement is happened, and which produces the chyme, which is the soup of the food, and which is then going into the small intestine. The small intestine is made up of the three, that is the duodenum, jejunum and the ileum. The small intestine, into the small intestine, into the jejunum there is the absorption of the food is happen. The absorption is very important for the nutrients into the blood. There is also the many of the blood capillaries also present into the into the duodenum. There is the bile juice is also secreted. Bile juice is responsible for the digestion of the fats, and there is the uh, also other carbohydrates and the nutrients also digested, and their nutrients is absorbed from the jejunum. After that, after ileum jejunum, after that there is the ileum. The rest of the material is absorbed from the ileum, which is the end part of the small intestine. After the small intestine, into the small intestine there is the small villi are present, and that small villi there is also presence of the microvilli, and which is responsible for the storage of the food. And this microvilli cell is important for the active transport of the nutrients and amino acid into the blood. Then there is presence of the large intestine. Large intestine is very important for the water absorption, and after the water absorption there is a